Welcome to another stage analysis video. It is Sunday the 21st of January 2024. Gonna start off the weekend video with a look through the major indexes before getting on to the regular members content. So starting off with the S&P 500 here. See, we actually pushed out to new highs this week, actually breaking the 2021 high. So change as we came to the weekend. If we go to the daily chart, you can see the push through on Thursday and Friday, with a big part of that coming from Apple's move up. So if we come back to the weekly chart here, you can see the breadth overall though continued to decline this week. You can actually see a drop down to 57% of stocks above their combined 50-day, 150-day and 200-day moving averages, which is a custom measure that I do for the members on here. So this is a broader market measure, as I've said before, covering the NYSE and the Nasdaq composite. So over 5,000 stocks compared to the S&P 500 here, obviously. So breadth pulling back as the larger caps continue to push out to new highs in stage 2 here. So if we move on to the daily chart, you can see it's not extended in the short term. We're just above the plus 2 ATR level here. So 21-day EMA, +1, +2, +3 is when you get into short-term extension territory. So breaking out in a good healthy position here, with 55.6% of stocks above their 20-day exponential moving averages. So back in the neutral area here in the middle of the chart as this pushes out to new highs. So continuing in stage 2. Nasdaq 100, similar kind of move, 2.86% on the week, breaking out to new 52-week highs. I think if we go back to on the monthly chart here, I think we're at all new all-time highs as well. So come back into here one more. Currently 80% of stocks above their 200-day moving average, which is a strong stage 2 position at the moment. The daily chart actually getting a little bit more extended in the S&P 500 here, touching up towards the 3 ATR level. So a little bit more extended in the short term, but nothing too much at the moment. As you can see, we can run at that 3 ATR level for a while. If we push on to the Nasdaq composite, similar move, new 52-week highs on this. Not anywhere near the 2021 highs yet, only 45.12% of stocks above the 200-day moving average, so a much more neutral position in terms of the breadth. But remember, the Nasdaq composite holds a lot of the healthcare type stocks, which to make up, I think there's over 1,000 or so healthcare stocks group in this one, which makes a big chunk of it. I think there's a good 20% or so of the Nasdaq composite that's in that healthcare sector, which has been a major laggard over the last year. So it has held back the percentage of stocks above their 200-day moving average. But again, still healthy position. Stage 2 pushing to new 52-week highs with a neutral position for the 200-day moving average breadth there. We look at it on the daily chart, again just breaking above its 2 ATR level there, above the recent pivot high, with 39.97% of stocks above their 20-day moving average. So reasonable pullback towards the lower zone. Didn't get all the way back down to the lower zone. We had this shakeout move on Wednesday and thrust back up again through Thursday and Friday. So more neutral position at the moment in the lower half of the chart here. Nasdaq NYSE composite with a stronger breadth position at 65.59% of stocks above their 200-day moving average. So the combined between the Nasdaq composite and the NYSE scores there gives us about 55% overall above their 200-day moving average in the US market. So slightly tilted to the positive side at the moment. We're in stage 2 still in the NYSE, as we can see as well. So stage 2 across all of the major US markets, except for the Russell 2000, which is more of a borderline case, which we'll come to in a second. So 44.62% of stocks above their 20-day moving averages in the NYSE at the moment, still in a reasonably healthy position here after pulling back to the pivot high from July there, and rebounding back through the 21-day on Friday. We look at the Dow Industrials pushing to new 52-week highs as well. So this one at 83.83% of stocks above their 200-day moving average. So incredibly strong in the short term, very little in the way of pullback. So leading in terms of relative strength in the near term here in this sense. Look at it on the daily chart. Again, just breaking above on Friday, 63.33% above their 20-day moving average at the moment. So again, a healthy position at the moment, continuing in that short-term uptrend position. Russell 2000, however, the pullback into the stage 2 breakout area here. So this is your stage 2 breakout week. You may say that's not, because we've got this whole area here which is still underneath, and it was the week after. But you don't necessarily, in order to move into stage 2, you don't necessarily have to clear all of the previous resistance levels. For example, we had multiple stage 2 breakout attempts back through 2023 which failed and rolled back over again. Now we've got a further attempt to move out here, but we have got this overhead resistance that's still yet to completely clear and has pulled back underneath again. So if we look at it from this perspective, this week here is your stage 2 breakout week. We're still at 63.67% of stocks above their 200-day moving average here. So it's pulled back into the 10-week moving average here and attempting to rebound. So we go onto the daily chart. You can see that a little bit more clearly. We come back to this area. So this is your stage 2 breakout area. It's pulled back into there, so potentially in the backup zone at the moment, still above its 50-day moving average, attempting to rebound, but just below the 21-day moving average at the moment. 41.17% of stocks above their 20-day moving average here, so in the lower half after pulling back. We drop to a lower time frame on this one and do stage analysis on this. So half a day chart here. So you've had stage 2 into stage 3 down to stage 4 now. So just probably potentially a 4B minus on the half day chart, the 195 minute. The 2 hour technically could be moving to early stage 1 there. The 1 hour also pushing out potentially in early stage 1. Whereas the 30-minute chart technically will be pushing out into early stage 2. So only down in the very lowest levels is it starting to turn around here. So we want to see the intraday charts on the higher levels, the 2 hour, the 195 minute, start to turn around. If we can start to recover back through this 197 kind of area. Let's come back to the main daily chart here, where the old resistance is as well. So we're starting to have this more significant break there, potentially the 198 area. If we can get back through this area, the 1 ATR level, 196.77 at the moment, then potentially we could start to be rebounding from a backup move. But at the moment, still in a precarious position between the -1 and the +1 ATR level. So we'll see if this can rebound or not. But if it does, then would be very, very healthy for the broader market, as the Russell has been the laggard in the market. Look at the VIX. We had that shakeout move. We talked about this previously. We've had these previous highs were the level to watch for, where it would start to get more negative again. We had that one day on Wednesday where it pushed above and then reversed back sharply. So shakeout move there, back into the range again. So potentially bullish in that regard. But if it does start to push back through this area once more, then would be of concern once more.